All right. Well, I'm not sure if I was fully ready to talk about this, but we got a totally full moon up in the sky. You can see that. All right, we're going in it. I want to say something inspiring that makes everyone feel safe and it gives you all a little piece to take home. Security, right? Now it's easy to be fearful. Anything you hold dear, you want to protect. Anything you value and you love, you want to keep safe. Um, and I'm not going to get into the semantics of like how much love is smothering and oppressive, the devouring mother and all those weird fucking Jungian and concepts from I don't even want to say the Freudian stuff. Fucking. All right. Oh, I'm not wearing the right shirt. I was gonna say over here, Pink Floyd, Dark Side of Your Mom. Um, pays the bills. So I survived a near-death experience. I fell while handcuffed like 2 stories onto my favorite place, Bedrock. Great Mother Earth of the mountains. But right below the waterfall, there's a whole bunch of like ginormous, like it's bedrock, as is most of BC, the Western Cordillera, and the Canadian Shield is just hard as fuck, dude. We solid in this giant. This is a solid joint. Not this one. This is fucking motorhome, and I don't have the struts down, so the shocks are fucking ancient leaf springs. So, if you don't die, I mean, obviously, if you die, I don't have any secrets to share on that one. But if you don't die, which is my favorite policy, right? One rule at this party: you can come to my house party. Just one rule: don't die. Basically, by not dying, I gave myself a second perspective. New lease on life. I had some serious accounting to do and reproving to do to myself and to the world and all that's good. So I did struggle though, and that struggle taught me that if you have a real defined concrete purpose, thriving somewhere in your metaphysical body, deep in your soul, if you got shit you want to do, like I had never gone surfing. I had never really gotten over my fear of heights fully. I It's funny because I fucking climbed up that ramshackle thing. I was so scared, dude. People are like, you gotta climb it out. I'm like, I'll climb up there when the cops come, dude. I'm not fucking doing this for shizzies and gissies. This is like life or death. I'm fucking terrified. I was so scared as a kid of heights. I couldn't go on the swing. I couldn't look up till I was like 9 years old because I was afraid the gravity might falter and I'd fucking, yeah, dude, terrified of heights. But anyway, I got over that. Look at me now. Mildly, I'm comfortable enough with fear that I will force myself to go skydiving should the opportunity present itself. I digress. By not dying, there was a challenge on the other side of survival, and that was a great heartening reminder that time heals all wounds. Truly, whatever's gone awry, maybe it'll take 5 months, maybe it'll take 3 years, maybe it'll take 5 years, maybe it'll take 50 years. But the point is, time really heals all wounds. I know this sounds petty, but I couldn't dance as easily. Maybe I could dance, but it wasn't the same. I mean, admittedly, I couldn't do math, I couldn't read, I couldn't recognize faces, I couldn't cook for myself, I couldn't dress myself, I couldn't keep track of time, I couldn't remember my birthday, I couldn't a lot of shit. But the thing that really bothered me was I couldn't cook and I couldn't dance, and those were the things that, like, I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. Those were the things that have always brought me pleasure, and for a year or two I was unsure if they'd ever return. And thankfully, I'm no longer scared. I know that I'm just gonna keep getting better, and I have absolute faith that I'm where I need to be, and I'm going where I need to be going, and I'll get there at the right time if I work and if I survive, right? If I don't die. So I've given up smoking, I've given up drugs. It's only been about a year, but and I didn't give up smoking everything. I just haven't, bought government cigarettes. I really think that, dancing was my way of communion. I didn't start learning about spiritual practice till I was in my mid-20s, and through my teenage years and early 20s, dancing was my regular communion with spirit and how I felt okay and how I got through my week and my month. It's mostly how I related to music. Like, playing music's great, singing along's great, it's good for your memory. Music therapy is an understated way to heal from concussions, and if you have CTE, definitely get a music therapist because it's beneficial. Muscle memory is a much easier thing to draw on than your cerebral memory if your cerebral cortex is not your friend. So, or if you just need to take a cerebral break, like, dude, muscle memory, it's good to have fucking banks in many places. Just ask the fucking Rothschilds. So, if you get, barred from your favorite activities, like, I could barely cook, couldn't even make Mr. Noodles without burning the water. Now I'm gonna go find a job get some family with a restaurant, and I'm gonna try and get in my foot in the door. And even if I have to start dishwashing again, the point is I'm confident enough in my ability to proudly re-enter a kitchen and not see myself as a burden. Like, these are tears of joy. Like, I made some soup for myself last night. It tasted good, and I dance almost every day. And I might not be, the same level of dancer that I used to be, but Hira is a pretty good dancer. And I thought that maybe those memories were stolen from me. Like, I couldn't even remember exactly how I did it, all those dance moves. It's like, I just, flow state stuff. There's a dance coming up in a couple of days. I'm so excited. I don't know what I'm going to be able to remember in the moment, but the point is I know it's not going to be painful like those first couple of years after the accident, when I would go to a dance workshop and I could barely move my feet to any beat. I couldn't keep time measures. I had nothing working for me, but I just needed time. So this is my friendly reminder to you that if somebody wants to incur the bad karma trying to harm your spirit, fucking, dude, they better have Yu Yu Hakusho weapons or fucking Ghostbusters crossing beams, because it's fucking ethereal. Like, your spirit, it cannot be injured too grievously. They can put some blockages on it, they can put some bad shit around you. Your physical body can be hurt, but your spiritual body is where your physical body comes from, and your spiritual body is almost impervious to such attacks. It's really amazing. Like, I guess that's the thing. Like, ether is a scientific fact, or at least it was agreed upon up until 100 years ago. I know another thing that was agreed upon up until recently, osmosis, the quote-unquote semi-permeability of the membrane of a cell. Yeah, that's turned out to be bullshit. Look that up. They call the structure aquaporin. They're ion channels. We just didn't have good enough computing techniques to get the resolution on our imaging data. So yeah, every single teacher and professor and science historian over the last 500 years has lied to you unknowingly about something as basic as how does the life-giving substrate water find its way into life. Like, if they don't have that process smoothed out, what else haven't they really, settled things on? So, yeah, the ether. Like, fields? The ether's just another word for field. Field is the ether. We have magnetic fields, gravitational fields, fields of coherence, conductance, impedance. What is the field? Explain to me tangibly. What is this? What is this field? Field. Is that vacuum? Does the vacuum exist in something? They say nothing exists in a vacuum. What the fuck does vacuum exist in? Whoa, there is some food for thought. So yeah, look it up. Ether, real as fuck. that is the realm of the spirit, non-physical, or at least not to be interfered with by the physical. So when they try and hurt you, keep your soul strong and just wait for it all to repair. Because if you have a purpose here, and you don't deserve to be taken from that path, etherically, physically, the universe will have a very tough time, in my understanding, removing you or pushing you far off that path. Because, well, like I said, the as above, so below, the physical realm is just a manifestation of the spiritual plane. So if you got friends in the right places, I'm looking at you, divas. Just like fucking, don't play stupid games or you'll win stupid prizes. I was a horrible fucking shithead practicing frolicking amongst, dark occult rituals, experimenting, thinking very lackadaisically, hardly thinking at all. Oh, there's no way this stuff could really work. There's no way I'll get in touch with anything out there and learn deeper truths about nature. But like, I was highly skeptic. Turns out it's a good way to go exploring, is to just, not really deny or accept anything at first. Just go around and view every different thing. Get as much possible different perspectives. Not like that's why they took over the churches, is what I'm learning. This isn't original thinking. This is just shared recollection and realizations. So if you tell every religious group that they're to believe only just the one version, the one doctrine, and to show that they are truly spiritual, the highest way is to dedicate yourself to just constantly looking inwards to that one version, that one possible perspective of spirituality, just living in an echo chamber and turning your back on the rest of all of creation. And that's getting hoodwinked, That's like, if you were an altar boy and then you became the fucking pope, well, you probably know that secret, but like, I'm not saying all people in organized religions have been co-opted. I'm saying that as a whole, the successful organized religions serve a purpose to a deeply occult and dark community who are trying to prevent other humans from accessing their full magical potentials. Obviously, if you're gonna learn fucking how to do magic, you need to go to schools of magic. So attending a lot of different study programs and reading all the possible books that have to do with matters of spiritual awareness, magical heightening, strengthening, where to find the powers, and what to call them, how to relate to them, building your relationship with all the things that are out there in this world. If that's your goal, if like you want to become fucking Mr. Esoterica Alchemist of the Year, you really need to be going to all the different books and pages, trying to really understand all of the different languages, and then using your own discernment that the forces decided to gift you with, and taking them forward, because that is your predestined magical pathways to take your possible, the ways that you can conceive and construe the versions of reality, your perspective, your light. You're supposed to send that down to gaze upon, and notice what is good. And by focusing on the good rather than the bad, you imbue all of that information and knowledge with your spirit, which is a part of all spirit, because all spirit's connected. So it's like, the magic works the more we use it, and because very few of us are, we're able to deny that there's something spooky going on. I got serious paranoia. This funky thing's about to happen. Is it Valentine's Day, or are we just fucking about to get hit by a meteor? Fucking hope it hits the water tower. That treatment plant's fucked. Fluoride out the wazoo, make my teeth fall out. Well, I hope this update has been as fun for you as it's been for me. I sure do love talking about that fluoride, man. Give you 3 weeks, I'll be shadow banned for sure.